Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the channel Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm your buddy, Uncle Bruce. I got my bagel t-shirt on today. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Friday, July the 8th. It's option expiry day. It's unemployment report day. It's what the hell's going on at GameStop day. It's everything day. It's just everything day. Tragedy in Japan. It's uncertainty everywhere else. It's just lots going on. So we'll try to explain everything in plain English. I'm just noticing that the May job gains have come through. April job gains revised down to 368 from 436. May job gains lowered to 384 from 390. But current job gains, if I can say this without tripping over myself, look good. The economy is holding its own. Let's see if I can get this here. Stock index futures lose ground after June jobs report is what the headlines are saying right now. Pardon me. See if I can go through this here. May, and then we've got what else? Okay, yeah, just catching up on these releases here. We'll watch this closely as the morning goes on. The Dow is up 46 points, actually. The S&P is down 1.5. NASDAQ is down 37. Doesn't look like the markets are having a tough time with that. Crude oil down 40 cents to 102.33. Our friends at GameStop, 126.68. That is where we're trading at, 126.68. We're down 844 on the pre-market. In case you haven't heard, last night, GameStop shares tried to close at the high of the day. They almost did it at 135.12 is where we stopped trading last night or yesterday afternoon on New York. And then within a few hours, news came out that the CFO had been fired. Not the person has tendered the resignation or not. No, they're you're gone. You're out of here. And then we find out that there are memos inside GameStop that are now out in public that are talking about layoffs at GameStop. Guys, I know I'm not a rocket scientist. Okay, I don't send rockets into space. I'm not that kind of a genius. But I got to tell you, with all the experience I have in the stock markets, becoming a stockbroker in 1979 and being a branch manager in the 80s and a VP and taking a company public, when you announce or you have a company announce layoffs, this is not a celebration for shares to go up in value. This is the opposite. This is the George Costanza effect. It's the opposite of good. It's not good. I don't understand how GameStop is operating here. I mean, on one day they announced a 4-for-1 stock split, and we're all going, "Hey, finally they've announced a stock split. We knew it was coming. Here it is. It's a 4-for-1, and look at that. 2 weeks from today, the shares are going to start trading at 1/4 of their current price, and everybody will have 4 times as many shares as they have now. Great. The options will be 4 times as many options out there, and there'll be lots more trading and blah 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 blah." Then the next day they announce they fired their CFO and they're doing layoffs. I mean, what? This is the opposite of what you should be doing when you announce a stock split. Stock splits are usually announced when a company is moving forward and is positively growing, and the thinking is that the shares are trading at a pretty high level, so we'll split them so that more average investors can get in on these and all this good vibe stuff. You don't do a split of stock the day before you announce the firing of one of your top officers of the company and announce layoffs. This is not good timing, not how to run companies 101. This is the wrong way to do it. But hey, if you've been watching me on this channel in the last, year and a half now, since January of 2021, look, I've talked about GameStop gazillions of times, and I talk GameStop literally every day that I'm on the air. a whole bunch of shareholders in GameStop watch this channel, some every day, some from time to time. And you guys know that I'm not a fan of how GameStop handles their public relations, investor relations with their shareholders. I mean, we're the ones who are always sitting up here going, what do you think they're doing? I don't know. What do you think they're doing? I don't know. What do you hear? What do you hear? We're always speculating on what GameStop is doing. We really never get the picture, in real detail. And of course, how many times have we been disappointed with these quarterly conference calls when they bring out their financials and they bring out their, they have that phone link you can go into, and then they bring their senior officers out, and somebody, usually the CEO, reads a pre-made document that we've already read ourselves on the internet, just reads the document, and then they don't take any questions, and that's the end of our conference call, unquote. I mean, we've had that happen again and again and again and again. And we just know that GameStop is not going to come out with information on their own. We have to disseminate it ourselves. They bring up what we just found out, the 4-for-1. Great. Did we see a human being in front of a camera announce it? No, just a piece of paper. And now this firing of a CFO. Did someone come on a camera and explain why the CFO is all of a sudden gone? No, just a piece of paper. And now we're hearing the rumor of, and it's kind of factual, but it's kind of rumorish because we don't know what we're talking about with regards to the layoffs. How many? 15 people? 224 people? 875 people? There are 12,000 employees throughout the stores and zillions of part-timers, all kinds of folks in head office. Who, in what department, and why? We got nothing. We got nada. And we're on our own again with GameStop trying to guess what the hell is going on over there. I mean, these guys shoot themselves in the foot more often. I mean, they're worse than Russian troops in Ukraine. These guys are terrible. I don't know what to make of it. I can't understand why they can't hire an individual who's a pro, a real professional in front of a camera, and can handle any question from any reporter, send them out there and put them on CNBC and let them talk to the haters, all the guys who hate GameStop on CNBC. Let them talk to those morons, and then Fox Business, talk to those guys, Bloomberg TV, talk to those guys. Get a professional who can sit in front of the camera and just bring out the company line, but fill in a little bit of color commentary. How about that? I mean, just something, anything, because there are people out there who love GameStop and who think GameStop has real potential, but it makes it very hard for people who like the company to really keep liking him without knowing what the heck is going on. And there you go. There's our fun times right here on GameStop this morning. What a week. I mean, from the euphoria of a 4-for-1 stock split to the nightmare of a top official being canned, not leaving voluntarily, get out, and now layoffs. Now, I've talked about this a little bit this morning. I did a breaking news alert. Then I've talked to my Gold Bagel members on the pre-show. And now I'll mention this to all of you out there. When a company does layoffs, it's not because things are going well. You do layoffs for a variety of reasons, all right? It always comes down to one big reason: money, burn rate of cash, all right? Now, it's possible that you can do layoffs or furloughs for seasonal business fluctuations. That's not uncommon with some companies. Look at Walmart. They hire a bunch of people every fall for the Christmas rush, and then they let them go in January, and then they hire back for Prime Day, and then they let them go. Got it. We understand. We understand that. But this is different. This GameStop thing, layoffs with regard to what's happening now with GameStop, this is giving me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like comparing GameStop in any way to Peloton. I don't want to compare GameStop to any other company out there that's having layoff announcements coming out, but we're getting them all over the place. And I don't like it. It bugs me because it's telling me that they are, without admitting it, they're saying to us, well, we're letting people go because we have to, quote, right size the corporation. That's a fancy term to say, without saying it, well, we overhired, or divisions that we thought were going to do better by now are not doing as well as we thought by now. And so we're going to let people go. Or we blew it. We thought that we would hire people in this area of the company and grow it. And we hire people here, we'd hire people here and buy people here. And of all those areas, so we've done the hiring at and expanding at, one of those is not working out too well, and we're just going to close it up, or we're going to severely back it off, or we're going to begin the process of shutting it down. No one is talking, no one is telling us any of this, but you got to read between the lines as an investor. Because if you don't, you're fooling yourself. You've got to try to understand what this really means. Now, I was explaining earlier that if you think about the people that the company has hired in the last year or year and a half, what have they done? They've added a brand new distribution center in Pennsylvania. They've added a distribution center in Reno, Nevada. They got people running those warehouses. I don't think those folks are getting laid off. Obviously, they've hired people in the software and IT departments to handle the expansion of their e-commerce division, so that not only are they distributing product from Grapevine, was it Grapefruit or wherever it is in Texas, Grapevine, Texas, where they're headquartered, but now Pennsylvania, now Reno, and of course Australia, and I believe in France. They still have international operations, and they're doing more e-commerce work. I don't think that's the area that they're cutting back on. I think that's an area they're going to continue to expand into, adding new products and so on. Where are we talking about the cutbacks? Well, remember, they hired people and with a satellite office now in Seattle. They've got some kind of a satellite office somewhere in Boston. We've heard a new customer care facility in somewhere in Florida to handle, again, e-commerce questions. And I'm kind of wondering, of the 600 people that they've talked about, that they've hired in the last year or so, many of those are IT type professionals. And these folks aren't cheap. These folks are expensive because they are in demand globally. During the pandemic, they are really in demand. They work remotely. They can work, in teams. They can also work inside office units. If these are some of the folks that are being let go, then this is telling me, again, the outside guy who's just guessing on your behalf what the hell is going on. I'm wondering if these folks are minimum $100,000 a year to maybe $150,000 a year per IT professional. These folks are not cheap. These folks, if they're any good at all, they are top dollar to get your hands on. They can deliver you a lot of returns if they are working on a project that has the traffic. But if you're asking a bunch of IT people, software writers, and other code creators to help you develop something that's brand new, like NFT marketplace, the crypto exchange, I don't know what to call it, division. This is something that is so new that we can't compare it to anybody else out there. I can't point at 15 other public companies and say, oh, you see what those guys are doing? Well, that's exactly what GameStop is doing. GameStop is trying to invent a wheel. They're trying to invent something from scratch, and they're trying to be cutting edge about it. Well, that's great. That's exciting. But they don't talk about it. So, because they say that, well, if we talk about what it is we're doing, we're giving away industry secrets, and we don't want to give away industry secrets. At the same time, however, you're not telling us how well or how badly you're doing. The only way we can measure how well or how badly you're doing is once every 3 months when your financials come out, or if there are any developments in the meantime. Well, the last report that we got, they lost more money in that quarter than they had lost in quarters prior. And today we've got a layoff story coming out with a firing of a CFO. Can't be going well. Can't be going well when I get that kind of news back to back. Now, let's talk about this. If these guys are talking about letting 10 people go, not a big deal. 100, 150,000 a person. It's a million and a half, million to a million and a half a year in payroll being let go. Huge difference to the company. But if it's 100 people out of 600 hires being let go here, we're talking about $10 million to $15 million in salary per year being unloaded. If it's 200 people, 20 to 30 million a year. If it's 300, 30 to 45 million a year. You get the program here. You're figuring it out. It's a lot of money. The other thing to remember is just because you pay somebody 100 to 150,000 a year, it costs the corporation much more than that to have them in the corporation, because they are spending money of the company to do what it is they're doing. And I have no idea how many millions we're talking about here. Again, if we're talking about 200 or 300 people being let go in the next few months in systematic fashion, we could be talking about a reduction of spending of 100, 150 million a year. If we're talking about that kind of reduction in spending, we are now talking about divisions within the corporation that are really not delivering the goods, absolutely failing miserably, or divisions that they have completely miscalculated the potential that they could generate, what they could do for the company. And all of a sudden, 3 months in, 6 months in, 9 months into these programs, head office guys at the top, the board, and the people just below the board of directors, the senior officers are realizing, my God, we are bleeding money in these divisions that we thought would be cash flow positive almost immediately. I've been talking to you here now for the last week about the crypto thing. I don't talk about cryptocurrencies. I'm not a cryptocurrency guy. You know that. But I've been telling you about the nightmares going on in the cryptocurrency world. And sure, Bitcoin's around $20,000 a coin, all that sort of stuff. Still alive, but look at the losses that have been sustained. Look at the bankruptcies that are being filed. Chapter 11s, Chapter 15s, closures, and restrictions for people to be able to take their money out of crypto. You got to wonder if GameStop was thinking that a big part of their future business was going to be in the crypto space and the NFT space and some kind of auction site, market site, brokerage site, something in this area. They may have found that in the last month, it's just evaporated on them. It's just gone away. Millions of customers they thought that they would have are now thousands of customers. They're just not there anymore because these folks can't get their money out to pay bills that they're in need of paying because of other investments that have gone bad, and or the cost of credit going up and inflation wiping out all kinds of asset values. We're talking about a meltdown here. And I'm wondering if GameStop is in the middle of the realization that, you know what, we'd hire 600 people here. We figured that they would be paying for themselves by about now. And they're not paying for themselves. We are paying this salary out to these folks from our cash reserves, and we are bleeding our cash reserves way faster and much worse than we had ever thought. That wasn't even possible. The firing of the CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Why would you fire a CFO? What does a CFO do? There's a CEO, the Chief Executive Officer. It's chairman of the board, on top of that person, but a CFO, Chief Financial Officer. These roles vary between what companies are and what they do and how they do what they do. But in a general sense here, CFO is the kind of person you hire when to keep on top of cash coming in and going out with regard to the company. This is the person who talks to the bean counters. This is the person that reports to the CEO, who then reports to the chairman of the board, or they jointly do it, to tell the top guns at the board of directors how things are going. The CFO is also the individual you hire that will raise money when money is needed to be raised. And I got to wonder, is it possible that in the last couple of weeks, in the last month or so, it has become evident to the powers that be, including the CFO, the CEO, the chairman of the board of directors, that the CFO was confident 6 months ago, if we ever need to raise extra cash at GameStop, we can raise extra cash. All we got to do is make a text message over to our friends at Jefferies & Co. in New York, talk to some of our brokerage pals, and we could unload 1 million shares of GameStop shares from our treasury, and at $120 a share, there's $120 million. We need $120 million. We can get $120 million. We want to raise $1 billion. We can sell 8 million shares, 10 million shares at $120 a pop. Bring in $1 to $1.2 billion fresh cash anytime we want. Maybe in the last few weeks, it's become evident that that is no longer the case. That no, you can't do that. Remember about 4 months ago, the shares were in the 80s and the 90s, and then in one day, an explosion took place and the shares took off, and they went through the 90s and they went over 100 to the 110s. They went through the 110s to the 120s. And then we got the word again after the fact that Mr. Ryan Cohen bought himself a bunch of additional stock in the company, bought up a whole bunch of stock. That created a whole buzz around the company, and the shares went up to the 150 mark, even 180, if I recall. I think we hit 200 not too ago. All through that run, not a dime was raised of additional cash for the company's treasury. Not a single dime of fresh capital came in to the company. In my opinion, if I were the CFO of a publicly traded company that loses money, which this one does, we've already done a capital raise a year plus ago when the stock was around that 154 level, had been 300, backed off, and then they raised a bunch of money at 154. Here, you have the chairman of the board of the company itself buying up a bunch of loose paper lying around, ran it up to 120. Its momentum, the inertia created by that, ran the market all the way up to $200. And this CFO and the directors and Ryan Cohen and the CEO and all the other senior people, no one at all, nowhere did we find that any fresh cash had been raised. Now, maybe the CFO, to defend the CFO went to Cohen and the board of directors and the CEO and said, hey guys, I think we could raise $500 million by issuing some stock from the treasury here at $150 a share, $175 a share. We sell 1 million shares at $150 a share. We'll bring in $150 million. Why don't we sell 4 million shares at 150 or 3 million at 170? There's $500 million. And maybe they upstairs went, no. We've got plans to go much, much higher. We got this NFT marketplace. We've got this great thing happening with all the new hires. This is just a beginning of greatness. We're going to go into the 200s, 300 range, and we'll raise money much, much higher. And maybe the CFO got shut down and was told, don't even bother trying to raise any money here. It's way too low. Well, you know what happened to the stock. It got up to the 200 range. It backed off over months, went all the way back into the 80s again, just came back up here to the 110s, 20s, just had a shot now to the 130, back to 113. Here we are at 127. So here we are, way down from where we were. And the CFO now, to try to raise money now, might be finding that we can't raise money. The last time you could have raised money for this company was 6 months ago, when interest rates were so low that bankers were calling companies saying, would you like money? Do you need any money? I can get you money at 2%. You want money at 2%? Those days are over. The free money days are gone. And if GameStop now wanted to do a bond offering, which I don't know they could do, but it would probably be a junk bond, 8 to 10% interest. There is no free money anymore. It's going to be the cost of inflation at least. And the CFO may have found out that if I want to raise money by issuing stock, I might have to offer it at $30 less than whatever it's trading at. And maybe that's what got the CFO fired. The CFO got fired because someone didn't take advantage to raise money earlier, or the CFO never thought to ask at 200 a share, maybe we should raise some cash, or wanted to and was told we're not going to do it. And here we are again. We're not out of cash. It's not like GameStop is broke. They're not broke, but they're not sitting on $2 billion anymore. They're sitting. They might be on $1 billion, and maybe they're at 600 million. I don't know what the bleed rate is here. 600 new hires at 100,000 a year. If these are high-end code writers, software people, IT professionals, we're talking 100,000 plus per person. 600 of them. That's a do the math. I think that's 60 million a year. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 60 million a year. Plus, you're going to have to add another 60 to 100 million on top of that kind of money these folks are going to be spending in what they do. So it's a $160 million bleed out of cash per year. You don't have the cash coming in from where you thought it was going to come in from all that these 600 people have been doing the last year. You're now looking at another 1 or 2 more years before cash is going to come in to help pay for these folks. You're talking upwards of 300 million going out the door from what you got left. If you're down to 600 million, you're going to be down to 300 million plus your operational losses. Because remember, the company doesn't make money at the store level and at the distribution level yet. They're close, but they're not there yet. And so more bleeding and not good times. Is this the right time to do a 4-for-1 stock split? Gotta wonder. So here we are. What's going to happen with GameStop now? We're at 127.06 on the pre-market right now. Traded 62,000 this morning. We traded a bunch again last night. We're off 806. What is the possibility of the stock today being option expiry day? There's a lot of people out there that would like to see the stock under 120 today at the bell. Why? Because at 119.99, $120 contract, and every contract above $120 that expires today expires worthless. And a whole bunch of option writers out there, of which there are institutional and hedge fund players and shorters and everybody else, they would love to see the stock under 120. There are those who would like to see it under 115, because that would take the 115s, the 16s, the 17s, the 18s, the 19s, and the 20s, and all the others out of the money. What about under 110 tonight? How about closing at 109.99 at the bell? Is that possible? That would mean $110 contracts and up are all worthless tonight. Remember, there are more players on the call side than the put side. And there's a lot of money on this stock one way or the other. And here we are at 127.10 right now, down 801 on only 63,000 shares, telling me it only took 60-odd thousand this morning to keep it down here at 127. What would it take to drive this market down to 110 a share? My thinking, 500,000 shares of selling and fast. That would drop this thing $17 from here. Who's going to buy it? Where's the support coming for people who want to get in long and put a ton of money into this company with the announcement we just got last night after the bell, when everybody went home, when the media all shut down for the day? CNBC's people, I don't know if anybody even caught the announcement last night. Fox News, did they catch it? It was all in print overnight on our phones and on our Apple computers. It sure wasn't in front of any kind of a camera. Talk about trying to make a quiet little announcement about some bad news. But now it's the first moment of trading. We're coming into opening here in the next half hour. What is going to happen with this stock? Now, for my viewers on this channel, the greatest viewers YouTube has ever created, the folks here who are Gold Bagel members, Chilling with Uncle Bruce members, all the folks who are talking over here, you guys are the best. A ton of you guys listened to me yesterday. I was telling you all day yesterday, write calls on GameStop because there's a pop. We've been all waiting for a pop. Everyone's asking me, Bruce, when will there be a pop? I want to write some more GameStop calls. We got the pop. It happened yesterday all day long. 3 days ago, we were down to 113 a share, and we might revisit that real soon. But in any event, we were at 113 a share a couple of days ago, and nobody wanted to buy the stock. It just sat there for a while. And a lot of people on this channel were buying back call options that they had written at very low prices. And then yesterday morning, I said, look, the shares moved up in the pre-market last night. Now in the morning, they're rolling the stock, doing a 4-for-1 split. This is, perceived to be really good news. The stock is obviously higher because of it. If you can get the stock in the 125 to 130 neighborhood, I want you to consider writing $120 call options on GameStop. 120s goes higher than 130, maybe 125s. Write them for the end of July, 29th of July, or later into August, and grab the biggest cash premium you can get your juicy hands on. This is money into your account right here, right now. You want to have in the money in your hand and a premium on top of that. And a bunch of you did the right thing. You were writing yesterday contracts. You put in stink offers and you sat there and you did what I told you to do. I said to you, shares are 124. Let's pretend they're 130. Well, what would a contract be going for, a 120 contract go for, if the shares were trading at 130? And you did your calculations going to the option chain. You figured it out. You saw what other contracts are trading at different strike prices, and you added $6 to the price of the stock, and you figured out what contracts were trading at $6 further in the money. And you began to realize, I could perhaps write this contract for $20, or I can write this contract for $21.50, or I might get $22.50 for it, or whatever it was. And as the day rolled on, you folks responded to me and said, Uncle Bruce, I just sold 5 contracts, 1 contract, 3 contracts, 10 contracts, whatever number of contracts. I got $18 from them. I got $20 from them. I got 21. I got $19.50. I got $23. These dollars have been coming into your hands because the stock went to 135 yesterday. I mean, some of the stink bids you put out got filled at unbelievable prices, and the cash is in your hands. Now you're looking at the stock down right now, 632 at 128.80, and you're going, how low can it go? This bad news that just came out, this is going to permeate through the market. And if we have a bad day on the stock market to add fuel to a down day, because remember, we've had 4 up days in a row for the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ. What if today is a profit-taking day, a day where we go, wait a minute, the Prime Minister of England has resigned? That's a capitalistic kind of guy. He's gone. We've got this really unfortunate story out of Japan today with the assassination of the former prime minister. That's not good. We got this thing in Ukraine still going on. That ain't good. We got high inflation. We have higher interest rates. We have currencies getting crushed. None of this is good. Oil was down this week to 97, 98 a barrel. It's back to 102. That's not good. So we've got not good stuff happening, and we've got bad news on GameStop and uncertain news on GameStop. How low is this stock going to go? Well, those of you who've written these calls for $18, $20, $22, $24, cross your arms and do some calculations. Grab a pencil and a piece of paper and take a look at the option chains and try to guess, what would your calls trade at if the stock went down to 110, 100? I mean, really took a dump. I mean, just for your own peace of mind, figure out what would your contract be worth if the stock was at 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. Just figure it out. You can easily do this because you can see the contract you've got. Let's say you wrote a 120 and the stock drops $10 from where it closed at last night, which is 135. It's down to 125. You should be able to see the 135 contract. It will likely tell you what your 125 contract is going to go for. The further out of the money you are, the further it goes. You can see the chain. I believe that if you're talking about August contracts right now, roughly, it wouldn't surprise me that most of you have figured out for every $5 that GameStop goes down in price, your contracts drop about $2. It's about a 40 percentile ratio. So a $1 drop on GameStop is a 40-cent drop on your contract value. So if GameStop goes down $10, your call goes down $4. That's today. If GameStop goes down $20, your call goes down $8 in value. So if you sold your call yesterday at 22 and it's going to drop $8 today, it'll go down to 14. Now, you have a decision to make at that point in time, between actually now and that point in time. Do you want to buy your calls back for a nice little profit? And do you think that when you do that, whatever level the stock's trading at, do you believe that that might be the low for the stock and there'll be a recovery wave and you're going to write them again and there'll be another dip and you'll buy them back and there'll be a recovery wave? You've got to figure out, like I do, what's the new range for GameStop? I thought that the range was going to be 120 to 135 or 125, 35, 40 or 120 to 140 now that the split was coming. I figured that's the next 2 weeks is kind of what we're going to be dealing with here. Good days, not good days, momentum, lack of momentum. But now this departure of a senior officer and layoffs, and we don't know how many and who and what department. Are we a little too optimistic? Are we going to be talking about a trading range of 100 to 120, 110 to 130? What is it? What's it going to be? As soon as we all know what it is, we'll deal with it. We'll trade in the range. Just tell me what the range is. Right now, I don't know what the range is. We traded 69 some odd thousand shares this morning. We're at 128.16. We've got 23 minutes to go until we open, and then we start to trade. And keep in mind, guys, the first 10, 15, 20 minutes is not going to be your all-day trading range. This is just getting the party started. We got to figure out from there what's going to happen. So let the market open. Let the stock show us what's going on. Let's see what kind of volume we're dealing with here. We traded, 7 some odd million yesterday. Are we going to do 10 million today? Are we going to do 4 million today? We got to figure that out. We got to see what kind of volatility we have on our hands, and then we can figure out what's going to happen next. All right. So I don't fear the upside. I don't think we're going to 150. I don't think the news that came out last night by firing the CFO and announcing layoffs to right-size the company, that is not the kind of news that takes a stock to $150 a share or 160 or 180. I don't care if you're splitting 4 for 1. That has negated that. What I'm wondering about is what's the downside? I know what the upside is, 130.35, where we were last night. It's kind of it. What's the downside going to be? $10 below 135, 15, 20. We've seen $40 swings in one day on this stock last year all the time. There was no question, $20, $25 swings every day was normal. So if we do trade at 128 to 130 to open it up, and then we go down to 120, 124, and then we're 116 to 120, and we're 112 to 116, this wouldn't be unusual. It's just not nice. It wouldn't be unusual. But if you've got contracts that you wrote yesterday for $20 or $22, and your stock goes down to $110 a share, that is a $25 drop from last night's close. 40% of that is $10. Your contracts should drop by $10 each if it does drop that far during the day sometime. Keep an eye on it. Maybe you'll put in some stink bids down there. Maybe you won't. You'll decide as the day wears on how much volume we have, how the Dow and the S&P and the NASDAQ is doing, how the overall market environment is doing, what you're going to do next. And there is my little morning rant for you, my little morning advice for you as far as I can see it and from where I am sitting right now. This company, there are internal issues going on and there are people leaving. And we've already had some senior staff already leave in months. They come in 4 months later, they're gone. What the hell's going on over there? Why can't they attract talent that can take the heat? Is the philosophy from the board of directors that's being passed on down to the senior management, these are the directives we want to go. Are these so outlandish that these senior officers are going, I can't do that. that this is not practical. You guys are not in the world of reality. I know what it is you want, but you're not getting what you want because this is not what the market is giving us. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's the board of directors are out of touch with reality, or they've just been unlucky and they have a strategy and a plan to build the company up, but they've just hired the wrong people to execute the plan, and they're not waiting until the end of a contract or a year or two or three for changes. They're making changes now. Maybe that's a good thing, but maybe change after change after change, and now layoffs. It's not a good thing. A good thing would be the company announces we're hiring more people. A good thing is that division we've created over there is far exceeding our expectations. That would be a good thing. But from where I sit here, with the crypto meltdown that's going on right now, the crypto collapse that's happening, the lack of liquidity in the crypto market, the complete annihilation of some of these broker-dealer type crypto exchange outfits and lending outfits, these guys are being annihilated. They have run out of hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, have evaporated into the sky, into the crypto universe. And I think that there are actually billions upon maybe tens of billions of dollars that would like to come out of the crypto market. And there is no market for that market. And I wonder if GameStop has got themselves caught up into a $300 to a $500 million exposure into this world through the hiring of a whole lot of people, the building out of a whole lot of infrastructure, the leasing of all kinds of computing power and storage and everything else. Again, I'm not a professional in this area. I cannot explain it to you like I could explain a retail store being opened up. I can explain that to a finest point possible. But how to create an NFT exchange marketplace structure through IT and code and software creators, out of my league. All I know is that this costs a ton of money, and you're spending money on non-physical assets that you can put in a wheelbarrow and sell to somebody else. There's no value to it if it doesn't work. It's valueless. It all either works or you've blown it. And this is a big gamble that has been made by this company. And I am wondering if divisions are going to be shut down and the company is going to go back to what they do best or have done best to try to exploit that only. But if they end up with a $500 million write-off because certain areas just didn't work out, the street will punish this stock. This stock will get hammered because of that. And I don't know if this is happening as I'm speaking to you, because when personnel gets fired and layoffs get done, you take a look at what happens to stocks where this is going on. And Peloton is the first example. Coinbase is the second example. Look at the shares of Coinbase, $300 something a share in the first month of trading, now at 50 something dollars, 1,800 people laid off. Peloton, I don't know how many thousands have been let go. It just goes on and on and on with a whole bunch of other public companies. I'm not just picking on those two. There's a bunch of them who've been laying off, cutting back. Now we hear Twitter is talking about layoffs. We're hearing other companies talking about complete pullback of staff. This can't be good. And now GameStop is into this in a way, but we don't know how much. Welcome to Friday, July the 8th. Here we are on Friday, option expiry day, with this going on. And I don't think we deserve this, but this is what's happening. Now, the shares are bravely holding on. They're 129.40. And I will admit this to all of you out there. GameStop shareholders are a unique brand of shareholders. They're not the same as General Motors shareholders or Apple or any other outfit out there. GameStop shareholders are a unique group of people. Because of Wall Street bets And because of all the other online chat groups, the bloggers, the vloggers, GameStop and AMC to a degree, but GameStop in particular, has attracted iron-fisted shareholders, generally speaking, who have decided no matter what happens, I'm not giving up on this company. And I commend you, all of you out there who are these kinds of shareholders. I commend you for doing what you're doing. But I got to tell you, sooner or later, the rubber has to hit the road, and we've got to see results. You can't be a shareholder and hope for good times and positive results. You got to be a shareholder that gets good results and gets rewarded for your patience. I think at the minimum, every shareholder of GameStop should be aware and be told where we're at. Where are we at as a corporation? Where are we headed as an entity? That's the least a shareholder should be able to get from its publicly traded company. Why did you go public? You're not a private corporation. Tell us where you're at. But this news that's coming out from last night is disturbing. It is very disturbing. The unknown number of layoffs we're going to be dealing with, and from what department. This is not good. Now, in Peloton, they didn't say everything to us either, because they were trying to make deals. They were trying to raise cash. They were even talking about merging with other companies. There was all kinds of alternative things being discussed. But eventually Peloton had to say, here's what we have to do for us to survive. They raised a bunch of money, and they're burning it. And they've laid off a bunch of folks to burn less, but Peloton is still bleeding a ton of cash. Coinbase, they've laid off a whole bunch of people and are trying to hang on and hang tough. And down the line we go with a whole bunch of stocks that were doing great during the pandemic and are not doing so great now. GameStop's a different ball game, as we know, but GameStop is trying to change itself and reinvent itself, and we need to know whether this is working or not. And from what I can hear now, what I'm beginning to hear now, it might not be working as well as we had hoped. And so, how many of the diamond-handed shareholders are going to stick this out? How many new shorters have been brought into the mix? How many hedge funds out there are circling and just with their wingspans out, they're just gliding along and waiting to come on in and swoop in on this company? Do they believe that at 125 to 130 a share, this is a great short opportunity down to $50? Is that what they think? There may well be serious multi-billion-dollar hedge fund operators out there who are going, okay, this baby is going to go. I know the shareholders are loyal to this thing, but they can't stop billions of dollars of stock from coming in fast. And this is where we wonder, are we going to get this kind of a chain reaction of selling to move it lower? I don't know. 79,000 have traded this morning. Nothing much going on, which is a problem. We don't have a lot of trading going higher. We have a little bit of trading coming in, and we're off 588. So we'll see. We're opening in 11 minutes. We'll be here to watch this opening to see what happens. Anything you hear, let me know. Anything I hear, I'll let you know. And there it is. That is the story from here, as I'm trying to, as best, figure out what the heck is going on. I just don't know. Jennifer Smith, I do know this. She was thumbs up number 100 today. And I thank you so much for throwing me thumbs ups while I'm just spewing away here. I really, really appreciate it. I see 121 thumbs ups have come in now, and I love it. Thank you all so, so very much. Those of you who've written contracts, like I said, you could have yourselves a very good day today. And you might have yourselves several transactions today. It might well be that we fluctuate enough between maybe 130 something and 115 something, anywhere in between here. We go up and down where you guys are writing and buying back and writing and buying back and writing and buying back again. We're going to see how all this is going to play out. And I'm hoping that those of you who have studied my classes, you've been here for a few months, you've been doing some writing, you're getting comfortable with it, and you're very flexible with these markets. You're not going to let them intimidate you. And you're now to the point where you're going, okay, All right, I know what's going on here. I'm happy to write calls. If I can pull $4 or $5 profits out of my calls again and again and again and again, give me those 4 times today. I'll make $20 today per share, and they don't have to change a dime. They could just sit here 130 for all I care. I want to get money off the table. The gamblers are on the floor of the casino, and they're going to try to figure this one out. You're on the other side with time as your best friend and shrinkage as your ultimate weapon to win in the end. I'm hoping a bunch of you folks make a lot of money today. This could be most interesting to see what gives. Thank you, everybody. It's nice to see you here. We've got the Dow Jones down 54 points. We got S&P down 22, NASDAQ down 141. The NASDAQ is off 1.1%. The Dow's only off 0.17%. So the NASDAQ is really showing the rest of the market, it's not good here. Maybe the Dow is holding as well as it is because it has dividend stocks that are predominantly in there. Maybe that's it. The S&P is down 0.56 of a percentage point, which is 4 times worse practically than the Dow. But the NASDAQ is off 1.16%, which is off more. Substantially more than S&P. So we'll watch all this and see what's going on. Thank you, everybody, for being here, hanging out. Thank you for those of you who are members of this channel. Thank you for those of you who are not members of this channel. We're going to go to a member-only mode now for commentary. Please become a member of this channel, either at the Chillin' with Uncle Bruce level, which is $10 a month, or become a Gold Bagel member right here. Join the elite members of this channel. And really help this YouTuber survive. Thank you, all of you, no matter how you support this channel, for being supporters of this channel. We love you. Jen and I are thrilled that you're here, and we're hoping now for a good day for all of you. Lots of profits to be made here on option expiry day, because I'll tell you, today can be a day of volatility. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We could have ourselves quite a bit of volatility. All right, we're going members only right now. Thank you all non-members for being here this morning. Appreciate it. And hopefully you will make money as well. The members now have the floor, and please consider becoming one as well. Thank you all so very much, every one of you, for being here with me today. This has been one heck of a week this week, and I sure am hopeful that the split goes through and it all works out, and we'll see what's going to happen. Thank you also to, I did notice this, but I didn't have time to mention it. Thank you, Jason Parrish, buddy. Really appreciate that. Making a donation to my channel through my PayPal link, which is down below down below in the description of this video, of this show. Thank you so much, Jason, for that. I appreciate it. We have 138 thumbs up, so I appreciate that very much. You guys are great. It's fantastic. And like I say, those of you who are members, I really appreciate the support that keeps us going. It is fantastic. Let's hope the rest of the market improves too, and we keep moving higher on some of our former SPACs. We've had an interesting week there as well. Going into the last 6 minutes, I see couple of things happening here. I got Rocket Lab off 7 cents. I got SoFi sitting at 605, down 21. I thought this morning was under that. It was down around 590, but it's now at 605. GameStop right now, 129.19, down 593 on 91 plus 1,000 volume. I've got AMC down 33 cents. I've got Matterport down 3 pennies. 23andMe is off 9 cents, had a 19-cent gain yesterday. Spire is up a penny. ATIP is up 3 cents. Smart Rent is up 8. Sextera, no trades yet. We were at 12.14 yesterday. Apple is down $1.36, was up 3.43 yesterday. Goldman is up $1.90, gained 4.80 yesterday. So 4.80 gain, now another 190. We're at $300.51 on Goldman. Cisco down 36 cents to 42.86, gained 53 cents yesterday. Tesla's down 7.65 to 7.25. It was at 7.33 for the close last night, up $38. We're down 7.66 this morning. ARC Innovations down $1.13 after gaining 2.87 yesterday. Microsoft gained 219 yesterday, but it's off 319 this morning as we come into the final 5 minutes before trading. Bed Bath Beyond went up 97 yesterday to 544. It's now 529, down just 15 cents, holding most of that gain. Pfizer gained 67 yesterday, but it's giving up just 14 cents this morning to 53.28. HPQ, Hewlett Packard, was up 61 cents yesterday. It's down 23 right now to 31.55. Carvana down 89 more cents to 25.90. Gained 48 yesterday. It's way off that today. Twitter under pressure, down 122 to 37.57. The story is on Twitter that it seems more and more likely that the only way that that Elon Musk will take over Twitter is if Twitter is successfully able to sue him to do it. And that doesn't look good either. So not too good on what's happening here. Headline came out that Costco sees a 20% bump in sales for June. I just don't know about their margins. We've got stocks wobbling after the jobs report, says Barron's. And Boeing is getting good news from engine supplier Rolls-Royce, according to Barron's as well. So there's some positive news out there here and there. We have 143 thumbs ups now. Thank you for that. If you're able to throw a thumbs up our way, please help us out. Give us a little momentum here, and more people will follow us. They'll get the GameStop story as best as we can give it, and we'll kind of go from there. All righty. Thank you all. Let's see what happens. Should be an interesting day this morning. Never a dull moment, I gotta tell you. Thank you all for being here. We are now 3 minutes away from opening, so Larry is going to hit those bells for us shortly, I hope, and we'll see how we start this market off. It looks like the Dow is off about 35 points, 32. Let's make it. We've got hang on, let me go over there. We've got S&P off 17. We've got NASDAQ down 123. Still down 1% on NASDAQ, 0.1% on the Dow. So the Dow is supposed to be down 220 to be equal to the NASDAQ sell-off. It's not. S&P down 16. So we'll see if we can get the market to go up or if NASDAQ can get the Dow to come down with it. We'll find out. Gold up 50 cents. Oil up $1.66 to 104.39 right now. Barron says on another headline that the job report shows no U.S. recession, but the bond market says one might be coming. And that is typical of the bond market. They're much more nervous than the rest of us. Every little nuance and change really sets them off. We are witnessing economic slowdowns here and there, but not across the board globally, and certainly not across the board in the U.S. or Canada. We're seeing regions of the U.S. with issues and parts, some doing really well, some not so well, but not a across-the-board problem. Anyway, there you are. We'll see how all this works out. We are down to a minute to go, ready to run. Let's see what's happening here. We've got a lot to follow. 127.03 on the GameStop right now is what I'm showing just as we're getting ready to open up for trading. And we'll find out in a few seconds when the bells go off how things are rolling. This should be a most interesting day. We gained 346 points yesterday on the Dow, and right now we're down 17 on the last of the pre-market trading. So kind of unchanged is what I can see going on right now. All right. There you go. We're just about ready to start it off. John Bickman is thumbs up 151. Thanks, John. Everyone else out there, hit those thumbs ups for us. Let's get it to 200 as soon as possible. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. We did create 372,000 jobs in June, which is stronger than what they were calling for. Analysts are saying only 250,000 jobs would be created. 372 were created. There's 11 million job openings. So lots of work available. Larry, thanks, buddy. Larry Titus has made it official. The bells have rung. We're open for trading. We're going to start the ball rolling and see how things go from here. I got the Dow right now showing a 24-point drop. I got GameStop at 127.98 on the initial trade from what I can tell you. And so we are lower today at the moment. Will it last or will it get worse? That is the question. GameStop 128.20 down 692. Initial volume 222,000. We had over 400,000 on the initial volume yesterday on the up day. 23-point dip on the Dow. Matterport down 15. SmartRent up 17. Tesla down 694. SoFi down 22 to 604. GameStop off 770. 127.42. Now to 127.01, down about $8. Spire up 4. Thanks, Larry. Says DQ. Tiff, cool. What are you using Matterport for? Jennifer Smith? What are you using Matterport for? Matterport down 19 cents to 404. The Dow down 58 points. S&P down 18. NASDAQ down 120. So the NASDAQ is off a full percentage point. The Dow off a quarter of a percentage point to start the morning off right at the moment. Okay, there it is. Let's see what gives. GameStop 126.58 down 854. Volume now on this early shot would be 266,000 shares. That's what I'm showing right now. The low of the day 126. Hang on a second. Let me get this refreshed here. 121.81 is the low. 135.50 is the high. I don't know if that's accurate at all. That might be yesterday's final quotations. GameStop right now, 126 to 128 seems to be the range. 278,900 traded, 127.44. Right in the middle, down 768 on GameStop. AMC down 44 cents. Apple down 99. Spire up 4. SoFi $6 even down. It's now 602 down 24 on SoFi. Tesla 727 down 580. SmartRent down 9 cents. Matterport down 17. The Dow down 65 points at the moment. 127.70, 127.50 on GameStop. All right. Welcome to the party, pal. Here's what we're watching. The GameStop shares 126.95 off 817. Spire holding $1.30 up 4. Apple up 7 down 71. AMC 36 lower. ATIP down 3. Rocket Lab down 4 cents. Sextera down 29. ME down about 10 cents. Pfizer off 61. HPQ down 11. Cisco down 20. Twitter down $1.45 to 37.34. Home Depot down 57. Carvana down 82. Robinhood down 20 to 882. Vanik Vectors down 286. IBM up a penny. Microsoft down 325. Goldman up $1.82. Meta Platforms down 134. Amazon down 144. Google down 1850. BlackBerry down 28. Bed Bath Beyond down 28. BlackBerry down a dime. Royal Caribbean down 30 cents. We've got Target down 40, JP Morgan up 60, Costco up $5 to $500, Walmart up 56 cents, Nvidia down 319. Okay, the Dow off 84 at the moment, with an 18-point drop on S&P and a 97-point drop on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is actually a little better, down 0.8 of a percentage point. The Dow down 0.2, S&P down 4.4. All right, there you have it. GameStop 128 even, down $7 at the moment. 128 even, down 712 at this moment in time. Oh my goodness. Austin is saying the wife just left for a 3-day bachelorette trip and our little girl is having separation issues. Pray for me. Austin, when did bachelorette trips become days long? Anyway, I'm 156 thumbs ups. Hybrid Duncan looking like profit taken from the weak guys on GameStop. Jennifer, Tiff, I had to find a last minute apartment for my son at college. Super cool and easy to use. John Bickman, Austin, good luck. Prayers for you. Austin, cheap bar, male dancer, one night, broom, boom, you're done. Isn't that how bachelorette parties are supposed to be done? Now there are 3-day getaways. Interesting what's going on there. Tiff, thumbs ups. Dow is down 71. SoFi 606 down 20 cents. GameStop 127.30 down 782. The range on GameStop now, let's see if we can get this updated here. 126.12 for the low. We're about 88 cents away from the low of the day. 128.50 for the high. We've only shifted about $2.40 in range, really. There's no range movement yet on the GameStop. It's too early. Well, we'll see what happens, guys. Interesting morning. SoFi 607 down 19. Tesla down 163 to 732. The Dow's down 47. S&P down 16. NASDAQ down 87 points. Is now a good time to buy a house? Only 20% of Americans say yes. Now is a good time to buy a house. Interesting. The U.S. stocks open lower after stronger than expected jobs report. Well, if the jobs report is strong, there may not be as much of a recession. If there isn't as much of a recession or an economic pullback, inflation might stick around a little longer. Rates will go higher. Markets go lower. This is how it all connects. We'll see if that's the thinking as time goes by. We'll figure it out. 126.46 on GameStop. We're approaching the low of 126.12 on GameStop right now. Spire 130 unchanged. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Gowdy, still a very high housing market and now higher interest rates, making housing even more expensive. That is correct. That is absolutely right, guys. 126.23. We're 13 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. We have broken it. We've gone down to 125.51. We've hit 125.51 already on the low of the day now for GameStop. That puts the range now at about $3 between low and high so far. So we're at more towards the low at 125.95 right now. We're towards the low end of the range on GameStop, down 9.17 last I see. All right. Okay. Oh my goodness, tons to watch here on option expiry day. Where are these shares going to end up at the end of the day with all these options expiring today? This is going to be something. Beach Boy. So Uncle Bruce's GameStop delisting? Is that what's going to happen? Austin, a bunch of bagel heads cleaning up on yesterday's GameStop calls. Well, I'll tell you, about a $10 loss on GameStop means most of these options have dropped $4 and are still dropping. We'll see how this works out. 124.75 on GameStop. I think we've just hit a new low of the day. It just came through again. 124.23 is the new low. 124.31 I see, down 10.81 on GameStop. So it is backing up. The volume on GameStop now is 494,000, and we're down 1050. Yeah, there are people getting out. They're not happy with the uncertainty of the GameStop announcement. What kind of layoffs are we talking about? So right-sizing the company, what does that mean? 50 people? 80 people? 230 people? What? Talk to me. What is it? We don't know. 124.41 right now at the moment on GameStop. The low of the day, 124.23. 124.53 I see now, 30 cents away from the new low. Oh, my goodness. Tiff, hey, Austin, you could use one of those 3 days without your wife to have a party with your friends. Austin, Tiff, there is one 2.5 foot problem in that glorious suggestion of yours. She's right over here having separation issues. Splair, isn't it technically delisting at its actual price sooner and then gets listed again with a 4 times lower price? Splair, you're too complicated for me. Tiff, Matterport acquires a company, stock drops 3%. Oh, well. 412 on Matterport right now. Coyote, every day SoFi has these massive sudden drops followed by massive sudden runs. SoFi down only 12 cents, 614 last trade. Nice to see it over 6. It's good to see it holding. 125.20 on GameStop. The low of the day, 124.23. Watching the GameStop shares move along here, $1 or $2 back and forth, but towards the low end of the session so far. Austin, did Matterport buy something? DQ, Austin, Benadryl, just saying, Benadryl. Oh, my. Matterport has traded 290,000 shares. We're at 412. This is actually near the high of the day versus the low. They've acquired VHT Studios to accelerate adoption of digital twins. Let me read the rest of this announcement. For digital twins for real estate, the combined company expands Matterport capture services by bringing together the industry best of Matterport digital twins and floor plans with professional photography, drone capture, and marketing services. They've announced their acquisition of VHT Inc., known as VHT Studios, a US-based real estate marketing company that offers brokerages and agents digital solutions to promote and sell properties. This transaction brings together VHT Studios' visual media services with the immense Matterport 3D digital twin platform to elevate the buying experience for home buyers while simplifying the process of creative, comprehensive marketing packages for brokers and agents. With this acquisition, Matterport aims to increase adaptation of digital twin technology and expand further into real estate industry while adding marketing services for other key markets such as commercial real estate, commercial and hospitality, and the retail sector. Okay, I don't know if there's a price here. We can make a balance sheet. Okay, so we're excited to welcome VHT Studios, a market leader in real estate digital marketing technologies, to Matterport today. While we make strategic investments to expand our business, we remain committed to conscientiously managing our balance sheet of approximately $600 million in cash and short-term and long-term investments as of March 31, 2022. All right. They are very excited about what they're doing. They're not telling us how much they're spending for these guys. They say the VHT Studios has helped more than 200,000 real estate professionals sell more than $200 billion in properties. But terms of the transaction were not disclosed. I don't know how they can get away with it. It's a public company. How can they do that? I don't know. But there it is. That's the story on Matterport this morning, and the stock is down 12 cents to $4.11 a share at the moment. Tesla's up 484 to 738. The Dow's up 13 points, turning around and going positive. And GameStop 126.18 up, still down 893. The low was 124.23 today on GameStop so far. We're at 126.53 right now. Spire's up Spire's up 0.8 of a penny to 130.8 cents. Unfortunately, Spire, we need more than that. Apple up only 7. AMC down 16. ATIP unchanged. Rocket Lab up 4. Cyxtera down 5. ME up down 5. Pfizer down 32. HPQ up 12 cents. The Dow now up 11 points. Now make it 2.8. With S&P down, looks like, hang on a minute, let me get a refresh on this if I can. We're down 7 on S&P, 49 on NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was down 1% at the beginning of the day. It's now down 0.42, so it's come back a bit here. All right, 126.14 to 126.46 is the range of GameStop right now, as best as I can determine it. All right. Tesla is going the wrong way, says DQ. Splair, Kareem, very helpful together with CBD to sleep a complete night long. Let's see here. Folks are talking about what to do to the 2.5 foot tall person. John, stay strong. The little one will come around. DQ, ice cream for breakfast every day. Okay, I don't miss Mom. Mom who? This is great. The Dow up 8 points at the moment. The GameStop 126.11 to 126.14, down 898 approximately at the moment. Volume on GameStop now, we are 14 minutes into the session, 648,000 shares. Not a great start to the day. Nothing heavy. I don't think we'll hit yesterday's volume. If we don't hit a couple of million in the first hour, we're not going to make yesterday. Anyway, Austin is saying, after reading these comments, I'm not as bad a dad as I thought. DQ is laughing out. Bam was laughing out loud with DQ. All right, the Dow down 5.7 points. Matterport down 11. Smart Rent down 14. Tesla up 3 and 15. SoFi down 13 to 613. GameStop 125.69 down 943. $1.40 from the low of the day. Aspire up 2 to 132. Apple down 3 cents. AMC down 16. ATIP unchanged. Rocket Lab up 1.5 cents. Early indications. IBM up 27, Microsoft down 331, Goldman up $1, Meta down $1.20, Amazon down $1.22, Google down 13.97. There's where we're at, kids, on this market. 262 gain on the Dow. We're flatlining right now. Not sure where to go. Stronger jobs report than expected. Keeping all these interest rate guessers guessing and wondering what the hell's going on. We don't know. All right. Splair TV, that's the spirit. Works best with Ben and Jerry ice cream in the morning, I guess. John Bickman, Uncle Bruce, where is the next stop on your travels? We're headed to Zurich to meet our daughter. She's coming in, and we're going to get together with her. And we'll spend a week with her and then head back home. We'll keep you posted as we move along. We're quite looking forward to it. Next week, I will be doing only the afternoon shows. The 3 o'clock shows, the final hour is what I will be working on daily. I'm not sure about any shows prior to that because next week is the get-together with our daughter here in Switzerland, and it's almost a week off for me, but I will be on the air for the evenings, and we'll see the final hour together. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go. DQ is saying, okay, Bama Babe laugh. That's it for me. T-Bone out. He's out of here. You got to go on a high. Austin, read an article by some genius yesterday that said growth stocks could plummet. Dude, where have you been? Do you think they plummeted already or what? Yeah, no kidding. The Dow's off 19 points. We're down 7 on the S&P. We're down 49 on NASDAQ. Oh my. Tesla up $5. We're still down 12 cents on Matterport. SoFi 608 down 18. GameStop 124.96. We're approaching the low territory again. 124.23. It looks to be the low of the session, I think. Let me just wait for an update on that. 125.75, 126.14. 124.23 is the low. 673,000 traded so far on GameStop. 125.75 right now. $1.50 from the low of the day. Okay. SoFi back to 610, down 16 cents. The volume on SoFi this morning, 4 million shares. The low 594, the high 619. We're at 610 on SoFi right now. The Dow off just 3 as we are trying to get a sense of direction on this market. The NASDAQ is off 49. S&P is down 7. And the Dow is down about a point. And that's where we're at. 125.75 on GameStop. 607 on SoFi. Okay. Are you still doing the special early morning show? I don't know. I'm not sure on this. It depends on what is being planned by the ladies. I'm leaving it totally to them, and I may or may not be able to do anything. I might possibly do a quick update just using my phone, but I can't make guarantees. I just cannot do it. I've been sequestered for the week. The afternoon shows I can do because they're at 9 in the evening here. Those I can do, but not anything earlier. I can't make any guarantees on that. LL number 165. Thank you, Coyote. Apple still up nicely this week, says Coyote on the Apple. GameStop 125.11, down $10. Dow is down 83. We just had a sell program come through here. It looks like. I think I'm just going to double check everything here. Hang on. Let's see if this is real or Memorex. Yeah, we're down 83 on the Dow, now down 43. S&P went down 21. NASDAQ dropped down 100. So we have got a negative sell wave that hit. I don't know how serious it is and will it last. Tesla is up $1, only up $1.20 on Tesla. Okay. 88-point drop on the Dow at the moment, a 1070 drop on GameStop, 124.40 on GameStop. We're at pushing the new low here. We're around it, 123.85. We are at a new low on GameStop, down 11.30 now on GameStop. 123.70 is the low of the day. We're at 123.78, down 11.54 a share. Okay. Another low, 123.78, 123.58, pardon me, down 11.54. GameStop's hitting a new low right now. Fair enough, Uncle Bruce, no worries. Austin, the battle for 6 rages on. Crazy how it just hangs there. Nazareth, 123.78 on GameStop. Yeah, 123.36. We are pushing the lows down lower, 123.25, down 11.87 on GameStop. More selling, 123.20, and a volume of 767,000 coming into 21 minutes or so into this market. If all right, I got my bearings correct here. My stinky bid just hit, says Christina. Nazareth, 123.22. Christina, 15.3. I got 19 for all 5. Right on. Just made profits there. Beautiful job. 123.37, the low of 123.25. 123.19 is the low of the day. 123.37 I see now. Pushing this 11.75 loss, and it could be more. I just don't know. We'll watch this. The Dow's off 140, so it's dropping. That's taking Tesla down $2 now. 731 Tesla's down. Matterport now off 22 cents to 401. SoFi 598. It's dropping 123.70 on GameStop now. Okay. Hybrid, could we see 117? Testy, glad I sold that GameStop 130 yesterday. That's what we're talking about. Some of you folks today will probably be lucky enough to score some stink bid buybacks. And if you get a recovery wave, you'll write again and you'll wait for a drop. You'll buy back and you'll be rinsing and repeating here on a couple of these trades. Way to go, you guys. Let's see how it flies. 123.83. The low is 123.19. So only 60 odd cents away from a new low. And these happen quickly from time to time. 140 is the loss on the Dow, 30 on S&P, and 138 loss on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is now down 1.2%. S&P down 0.8 and the Dow down 0.45. So these 3 indexes are backing off with the NASDAQ at its worst level. Okay, 123.77 on GameStop. Another little drop. And 192 loss on Tesla now. Okay. Duncan is saying down 8.4%, 8.46. 123.52 just was printed. We're getting closer to the low of the day. 123.20, we're at it. This is a penny away from the low of the day. 123.20 right now. We are pushing the low of the day again. Hit another one, 123.06. Here it is. Now we're going to see if we hit 123 and take it out. 123.06 down 12.06. Looks to me like every time the GameStop drops $1, the contracts in August will drop 40 cents for every dollar. So we're off almost 12. That would mean a 4.80 drop on most contracts on average. Just it depends on which contract you wrote, how long out they are. But there is definitely leakage happening here. 123.35, the low of the day. 123.06. We're at 123.07 again. Right now, we're coming in down 8.9%. And hybrid, Duncan, you got it. SSR might be coming here. We dropped 10% in value. Short sale restrictions kick in, and we might be getting short selling right here, getting it down almost this far, down 8.92% at 123.07 right now. That is what I'm showing on the GameStop. 123.07, the low of 123.06. Very interesting market. We're down 142 on the Dow. Very, very, very dynamic. A lot of volatility here. Another refresh. Let's see if this comes through or not. Here we go. 122.51 is the new low of the day. 122.55 is where we're at right now. We're down 12.50. We've annihilated 123, just annihilated it. We're down to 122.55. We're falling. 122.51 is the low of the day now. We might be pushing 122 around, down $12+ on the stock. Okay. Tesla down 146, the Dow down 135. Okay. Nasdaq says that SSR is 121.61. That's the magic number, 121.61. We've hit 122.51. So we're getting closer. Let's see. Shez is saying that I'm drive-by, giving you a thumbs up today. Major internet and cell provider in Canada is down nationwide in Canada. I don't have enough data to listen live. Have a great weekend, everybody. Nazareth, got my stink on GameStop contracts, made $2 per contract, and I'm out. Laughing out loud. There you go. 123.06 to 35 seems to be the indicated range right now. 122.88, we're down again. Under 123 yet again. Stock coming in 122.70 now, dropping again 19 cents away from the low of the day, down 140 on the Dow, 122.70 on GameStop, down 12.42 at the moment. We are running into some selling here on GameStop. The volume is 856,000. It's taking nothing. Not even 1 million shares to drop at $12. There's not a serious amount of support here at the moment. Okay. Stink it, Nazareth says Hybrid Duncan. 123.02 down $12. 122.50 is the low of the day. We're 50 odd cents away from the low of the day right now. 148 point drop on the Dow, 27 on S&P, and 122 on NASDAQ. Okay. 123.12 on GameStop. 123.03 on GameStop. Okay, guys. See how this works out. We can sure drop from here. We've only gone from 122.50 to 128.50. We've only had a $6 swing today. Nothing. The question in my mind, and really, I'm pretty sure there's more downside than upside here. There's going to be a $15 swing. It's not going to be from 128 to 140. It's going to be from 122 to 110. That's where the swing, I think it's the downward pressure myself, but that's just me. We're at 602 on SoFi, by the way. Tesla up 57 cents, a little rally coming in here, 734. The Dow down 110, a little computer buy program. 123.30 on GameStop. It's still about $1 away, 90 cents away from the low. And Spire says, everyone that's leaving, have a great weekend. Hybrid, June 13th was a 118.25. That's right. It wasn't that long ago. We were at 113 2 days ago, actually, 2.5 days ago. 140 drop on the Dow. We're dropping again, it looks like. And Tesla is negative 88 cents again. SoFi 597. GameStop 123.01. 50 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. Okay. Christina, I really need to get rid of these Tesla puts. Ugh, she says. 732 on the stock. You need a drop, and it's got to be huge. Oh, my gosh. A 140 drop on the Dow, not enough. 27-point drop on S&P, not enough. 128 on NASDAQ, not yet enough. But will the negative markets gain momentum and go lower? That's the question. They can do it is this going to happen now? 122.99 on GameStop. We just broke 123 again. Just went under 123 on GameStop. Tesla down 234 to 731.29. It's going negative again. 122.90 on GameStop. 122.63 on GameStop. We just dropped again. We're now 12 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. 122.60 odd is what we just saw here. We're watching this closely. Lots of volatility on the GameStop now. Just 50-cent moves, $1 moves between trades. 122.91. Oh boy, interesting market to say the least. A 126 drop on the Dow. Computer programs are kicking in, buy and sell. They're coming in long, they're coming in short, all over the place. Dow is the GameStop is down 8.97%. 8.97. So if it wants to drop another dollar, we're going to be in that range. SSR 121.61 is the number. So we don't need much, $1.50, and we're there. Right. Christina, June 30s was 673. Tesla, oh man. What can we say? We got Tesla down 234 to 731. The GameStop 123.05. The Dow down 126. Matterport 405. Watching this market. Alrighty, now where am I? Over to here on interest rates. Now I'm showing the U.S. 10-year at 3.06%. That is up from 2.75 a couple days ago. German 10-year note 1.3. That's a bit higher as well. On currencies, the euro is 101.4. The talk about parity is really taking over. The thinking is that the euro will drop to be equal to the US dollar and might go below it. The British pound, 119.76, off a half a penny today, losing more ground. Europe right now is negative 0.1 of a point I think in France. I'm not sure if that's England. We're down 0.8 on the DAX. That's Germany right now. We'll watch that. And in America, oil up 66 cents to 103.39. We got the Dow off 166 now. S&P down 29. NASDAQ down 119. Apparently, the largest cryptocurrencies fall as Polkadot declines. Polkadot seeing the biggest move, dropping 3.5%. Bitcoin is off 3%, $107. Ethereum is down 3%. So there's some negative moves happening over there. Thank you for 176 thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate that. We've now got, let's see here. Let's go. We've got GameStop at 123.45. Down 11.67. The low of the day looks like 122.51 at the moment. Yep, at the moment, that is the low of the day on this stock. The Dow off 142. Tesla up 91 cents. Not willing to give up any ground yet. SoFi at 602, down a quarter. GameStop 124.23 at the moment. Trying a bit of a rally here. All righty. Splair, yeah, Polkadot, Cardano, and a third one is stealing actually from Bitcoin and Ethereum, the volume. That's interesting for the following years. Be interesting on that. Well, there you go. 124.23 on GameStop right here. Okay, guys? There you go. Yeah, Twitter is laying off workers, and they believe that Elon Musk's bid is in jeopardy. Um, hmm. Okay. Okay. Watching the markets at the moment. Trying to stay on top of this whole thing. We got 170 thumbs ups. Thanks everybody for being here. Trying to keep on top of all what's going on. Tiff, I'm curious to see if ME can hold the $3 mark this time. And Duncan is saying that SMH is down 11.68% for the month. 124.23 on GameStop. Now I'm showing it 124.65. We've got the Dow off 147 here. For a while, the Dow couldn't figure out whether to go higher or lower. It was just sitting around the zero line, but it's now down 140. The S&P is definitely off 26, and NASDAQ down 107.92 of a percentage point. We got a 0.7% loss on S&P, 0.48 on the Dow. So it is gone red for sure. Tesla's still up 350 at the moment. SoFi is down a quarter, but it's at 602. GameStop 124.70 right now, and the low of 122.50. So looks like about 240 away from the low of the day at this point. A little dead cat bounce maybe. We'll see. And keep an eye on this market. 41-cent gain on oil, 103.14. Nothing big there. Okay. There we go. We've got Apple down 16, ATIP down 4, Rocket Lab down about 8 cents, Cyxtera's up 3, ME at 301, down a nickel. The low of the day, 292 was a low, 302 is a high, and it's there at 301 on 500,000 volume. So ME is recovered almost everything and trying to go back up again. Rocket Lab 408 down 8, volume 668,000. Pfizer down 3 cents, HPQ down 18, Cisco down 25, Home Depot down 241. So, we got red here, no question about it. 155 lower on the Dow. We have a red market across the board. 408 on Matterport. That's a little better than the low of the day, I think. The Matterport low of the day, $4. It's now 407, 408. Tesla still up 351. GameStop 124.30. Yeah, $1.80 away from the low of the day. Okay. Dow off 150. Mitsui is giving SoFi a buy rating with a $7 target price. That's good to see. The higher the better, please. Sitting at $6, down 26 cents right now on SoFi. The volume today for SoFi is 2.6 million, and GameStop at 124.30 right now. The volume just cracked 1 million. Not very good. That is very light compared to what we've been doing, so especially compared to yesterday. Very light compared to yesterday. 141 gain, a 141 point drop on the Dow Jones at the moment. Okay. And Fed governors that call for determine what U.S. interest rates should be doing pretty well unanimously are looking at a 0.75% gain for the U.S. Bank rate to go up 0.75 point in the next, I think it's next week sometime they do that. So that's coming up. They're almost all unanimous on a 0.75% hike on interest rates. Karim, they lowered their $7 target from $9 apparently. Interesting. Nazareth My crystal ball says if the volume holds, we will be lucky to get 4 million shares or half of yesterday's volume. 2 to 3 million seems more likely on GameStop today. Splair, Rocket Lab is now in a while on eToro now. Matterport, SoFi, ATP, Rocket Lab can be found on the broker eToro. Not saying it's necessary for options, but fancy to buy quick 10 to 90 shares. Right on, Splair. Good news there. You're getting some chances to buy this stuff if you want. 122 drop on the Dow. Tesla still up 373. GameStop 124.41. At the moment, we're about $2 away from the low of the day on GameStop. We seem to be right near the lower end. Now, the low 122.50, the high 128.50. It's only been a $6 move all day, and we're in the lower, the bottom $2 range. Okay. Upstart is getting crushed. Can SoFi and those switch SP numbers? That would be realistic as we're a bank and they're just a loan matching company. Well, we'll see. GameStop 601 at down a quarter. We're up 450 on Tesla, going higher for 738 on Tesla. Won't back off. We're down 127 on the Dow Jones, down 25 S&P, down 97 on NASDAQ. Okay. 124.82 to 125 on GameStop is what we seem to be getting right now. 124.82 to 125.34 on GameStop. Volume on GameStop is 1,070,000. Yep. We'll see if that has anything going for it. I don't know. 125.16 right now over there. Well, Nick is saying that the market still sees SoFi as a loan management company. Wait until they learn it's a bank and they offer 1.5% interest. Karim, Tesla has a blockbuster June in China. Not sure what the downside. Someone is looking for long on the Twitter news. But yeah, Tesla did get some good news out of China. Good deliveries. We're up $10 now on Tesla. Now we're up 8 on Tesla. The Dow is down 119. SoFi down 22 cents to 604. GameStop 126.18. A little rally is being attempted here. 125.95 to 126.19 on GameStop now. It's trying to run about a $4 run here, a $4 gain from the low. 126.52 now, about $4 higher than the low of the day on GameStop. Okay. Somebody gave Tesla Red Bull. It has wings. Tesla up $10 to 744 right there. 744. Been quite the range this week. We're down 100 points on the Dow as a little bit of buying seems to be coming in on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Down 92 on the Dow now, a little more recovery. 413 on Matterport, down only a dime. We're improving nicely on Matterport. Matterport was at $4 today for the low. 416 is the high. We just touched it with a 693,000 share day on Matterport. We're down 11 on SmartRent, 480. And AMC is moving right now, so maybe they are both going higher. AMC is down 6 at 1442. This is just below the high of the day at 1445, but only 8.8 million traded on AMC. That's not good. That is really light over there. The Dow down 90, Matterport down 9, Tesla up 1150, SoFi down 20 to 606, GameStop 126.19 at the moment. Keep the CPR going on SoFi. Hybrid Duncan GS 3 months down 7.8. Christina, Tesla's going the wrong way. There it is. 745 on Tesla, up 1220 at the moment. The Dow down 102. Little dip just came in on the Dow, okay? Sorry, Christina says DQ. Karim, people should keep in mind that news outweighs technicals. There you go. Tesla up 1150. SoFi 606, down 20 cents. 126.11 on GameStop, down 901. Oil only up 17. Oil is only up 15 cents now to 102.88. Oil is slipping again. Oil seems to be slipping. Okay, GameStop 126.54, 54.84, something like that. Okay. Spire 132, up 2 cents. Apple up 38. AMC down 12 at 14.36. We got ATIP down 2.5. Rocket Lab down half a penny. Cyxtera up 14 cents. ME down up a half a penny actually on ME 306.5. Pfizer's up 14. It's climbed back. HPQ down 7. Cisco down 15 cents. There you go. We've got some movement here. A little up, a little down. All around, 86-point loss on the Dow right now. Christina, when should we write GameStop again, Bruce? When do you think? Tesla is taking all of my GameStop gains. Tesla is up 12.79 to 746. The Dow is down 86 points. GameStop 126.83. If it can hit the 130 range, you may want to look at writing some calls. 129, 130. Right again. Right 120s. Right 125s and get ready to take some money off the table if it has falters a little bit. Wouldn't take much. Karim, Tesla's going for the 886 fib and the 50 MA could see a breakout. Be aware. Okay, we'll see. Up 1387 on Tesla, down 90 on the Dow. We're trying to get to 127 on GameStop, 126.75 right now on GameStop. The high of the day, 128.50. That's the high of the day on GameStop today. It is over the midpoint of its day. So GameStop is higher than its mid trading range at the moment. 126.43 right now. About $2 away from the high. 207. Woo! Oh boy. Excuse me, folks. $126.43. We got improvement here on NASDAQ. It's only off 63 points, 0.55 of a percentage point. Half the losses have come back on NASDAQ. S&P still down 0.45, though. It hasn't really recovered much. The Dow is off a quarter point at 82.9 points at the moment. You can buy Jerry Lewis's longtime Las Vegas home. It's listed for $2.7 million. There you go. There you go. 126.76, 126.81 on GameStop right now. Sort of topping out here just under 127. W. Walters, 181 for Bruce. Thumbs up. Someone get that man a bagel. There you go. 126.92 on GameStop, down 820. The Dow's off 86.6 points. Stocks wobble after jobs report, says Barron's. Oil still up 27 cents to 103. Z Estate, I'm hitting that thumbs up button for you, Bruce. 184 thumbs ups. Thanks, man. 184. We're going to hit 200 thumbs ups again because of you great people here. I appreciate this. 185 thumbs ups are in. The show is ending in not too long. Thank you for throwing those thumbs ups around for us. We really do appreciate it. 200 thumbs ups for the morning show. We love it. Thank you, everybody. Helping us out. 126.41 looks like on GameStop. 126.41. Yeah, we're backing up a little bit here. SoFi 610, only down 17 cents. Right on, 610 on SoFi. Dow is down 90. Matterport down only 7 cents to 416. Matterport has improved. This is the high of the day, 416, 418 now. 418 at 420 has been the high now. We're within a nickel of breaking even on Matterport. That's a good sign. We're down 9 on Smart Rent at 482. We've improved there. Tesla 745, up $12, unfortunately. SoFi 613, up down 13 cents. GameStop 126.38, 126.29, 126.29 at the moment here, as the Dow is off 82 points. There you go, kids. There you go. Oh my goodness, I got to say my goodbyes here. I'm going to take a bit of a pause shortly. The 2-hour window is coming up, and I'll be back on this afternoon at 3 Eastern for the final hour of trading. Final hour of option markets trading for the week. It's going to be wild. We're down 93 on the Dow again. Another wave of selling coming up. Dow, the oil is only up 29 cents a barrel. GameStop 126.29. We're backing up a little bit here now. 126.29 again. 613 on SoFi, down 13 cents. It's coming back. It's trying to come back. Spire is up 2 cents to 132. Apple down 7. AMC down 20. ATIP down 2.5. Rocket Lab down 0.4 of a cent. Cyxtera is up 21. ME up a half a penny. Pfizer up 24. HPQ down 11. There you go, guys. There you go. Wish me luck, says Christina Splair. Have a lucky trading day. Y'all have a relaxed weekend. Aurora 188 thumbs up. Thank you, Aurora. John, thanks, everybody. Thank you, John Anderson, for being here as always. We have 190 thumbs ups in. I only need 10 more to get to 200. Thank you, everybody. If you can find a thumbs up button, please hit that sucker for me and get us to 200 thumbs ups. We would appreciate it very, very much. 126.84 on GameStop. We're up about 126.51. We're about $4 higher than the low of the day right now, and we're $2 lower than the high of the day. So there you go. Okay, Bama Babe Christina, good luck to you. If SoFi wants to get close to 128, 130, right calls. Wants to go down to 120.22, buy him back. You can always do that. GameStop 126.71, where I see it here. We're down 59 on the Dow right now. Cam Hines, I'm thumbs up 168. Good morning. See you all this afternoon. Thanks, buddy. We have 193, only 7 thumbs ups to go, not 194. 6 thumbs ups left to get, everybody. Just 6 more to get us to 200. Thank you, everybody, for hitting those thumbs ups. Nail them, baby. Nail them. 6 to go. 194 are in. 6 to get, and we got it. 195, 5 left. Only 5 thumbs ups left to get now for 200. Now I only need 2. We got 198. I need 2 thumbs ups, guys. Just 2. Love it. It's happening. I know it. I can feel it. 199, a Mega Gretzky, a Gretzky Centurion, 199 and 202. Thank you, everybody. You got us over the top again. How you do it, I don't know how you do it. Thank you all for helping out with these thumbs ups. Appreciate it. 214 people here, 202 thumbs ups. Everybody loves this show. You got to love that. 126.31 on GameStop. A little pullback seems to be happening. We're up 53, down 53 on the Dow. We're down 4 cents on Matterport. Only 4. We're at 419 now on Matterport. This is coming on nicely. Smart Rent's only down a dime at 481. Tesla is still up $16. SoFi down $14 pennies at 612. SoFi's coming back at 612. GameStop 126.54 right now. Thank you, everybody. 132 on Spire, up a deuce, 2 pennies. Wavy Gravy, pulling out my phone to get a second thumbs up. Thanks, pal. Coyote, we'll see you all this afternoon. You got it, Coyote. We'll be there. We'll be waiting for you. 3 o'clock Eastern with one hour to go this afternoon. Thank you for these thumbs ups. We now have 212 of them. 212 thumbs ups. Beautiful job, everybody. 199 people here, 212 thumbs ups. Great going, everybody. Thank you so very, very much. It's appreciated. All right. I got to get a break in here. I've been up for hours and hours and hours watching this stuff. We'll be back this afternoon at 3 Eastern. We'll cover the final hour together to see where this market ends up. GameStop 127.22. If it reaches 130, right calls. Goes to 120, buy them back. And anything from there. So any higher or lower, do what you got to do. Keep it going, everybody. We'll see you this aft at 3 o'clock. Thanks, everybody, for joining me and all your support. I so appreciate it. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now.